We've sunk an enemy destroyer.
Hey team, it's Ripper here. Hope you guys are doing fantastic today. Got a great game with much requested Vampire, and a lot of people are on the fence about whether the Vampire is worth it. Is it something worth the grind? Do you prefer it over the Druid? Again, I'm a DD main, and this is exactly my thoughts on it, some of the gameplay, and how you can use it. What are the pros? What are the cons? And I hope you enjoy the video as well. But before we begin, if you guys love to support the channel where we're going right now, we're almost to 1,000 subscribers, which was our goal in the first place. And we are so excited. We're about 960 plus now, and we are growing like a wildfire. We're having a blast learning about shooting ships, sailing ships, and having a blast and learning something at the same time. So let's get right to it. Again, can't thank you guys enough. This is the game mode Airships with the Vampire 2, and I'm going to try, per request, to speak a little slower. So if I do speak fast, it's because I'm getting excited, and the game is getting incredibly intense. Remember, you're trying to squeeze all this documentation that I'm talking about right here in a matter of 13 minutes or 11-minute videos, so it is a lot to get into. I am an instructor and evaluator, and you know, when you're trying to cram fire hose effect down someone's throat on how to learn how to really get better and to learn about the tactics, techniques, and procedures, it is a difficult mess, especially as a pilot. You got a fire hose effect. You guys, if you guys are pilots out there, you totally understand about how much information you got to cram into a small amount of time. So let's get to it. I will take a breath and slow it down. Right off the bat, we launched preemptive torpedoes to see how far they. Now, the cool thing I like about the Vampire, TLDR, it is like a Daring, except minus the heels. It's got crawling smoke, and it's got longer range torpedoes. That's pretty much it. Now look at those torpedoes. They can go out and touch and reach about 12 kilometers, which is really good, especially for those pesky radar cruisers. You only get one set, and you can launch them either spread or single, which I like that. I like the single because you can do a conga line right into a sitting cruiser, if you will. And then also, I do like the faster reload of the guns. They are faster than Daring by just a slight amount, but to sacrifice that, you get one less torpedo rack, and you don't have heels. So that's one of the downsides right there, pros and cons. You do the math, you do the work. Which kind of attack do you like better? I like the Vampire for the reason that I just talked about was really I'm a gunboat DD. I like shooting the guns a lot because the bullets go faster than torpedoes. So, as you can see, we start fire. Again, Daring and Vampire are really good at fire starting, and they have great AP angles, and the AP on a British destroyer is very deadly and monstrous. Right now, what we're doing tactics-wise is, since look at the top of the screen there, we're the only destroyer. Now, let's talk tactics. If you're the only destroyer in the game, you need to survive the entirety of the game. Remember what I've always said is, if you lose the destroyers, you are literally losing the game. And just watch. Whoever loses the destroyers on the enemy team literally is the one that's going to lose majority of the time, because you don't have spotting, you don't have capping, you don't have concealment, you don't have smoke, you don't have torpedoes, you don't have guns, you don't have reload. I mean, the destroyer, like I said, is the multi-role fighter of everything, and it does everything. And that's why I like it. So you can see what I'm doing right here as I'm loitering and waiting for the airship to approach us. As you can see, the circle and the mini-map on there, you can see the location of the airship, which is that green circle. If a lot of you don't know what this game mode is, you're essentially escorting a airship, and you stay in the circle and make it move faster. It just promotes brawling, and that's pretty much the game. It's just like a push-pull kind of mentality. while guarding and staying alive. So that's what we're doing right here. We're also loitering near using island cover and loitering in the middle of where the conversion points are at, because I don't want to die and I want to keep spotting. I want to keep the airship going. Excuse me. And then I want to make sure that the rest of the team knows where we're at, knows what we're doing, and I'm going to provide a threat to the enemy, because watch, I'm also shooting torpedoes down the channel, which is a great tactic right there. And then I'm also providing gunboating, which it starts a lot of fires. I mean, you've already seen I've already started 2 fires on one of the battleships coming into the channel. So that's a great idea and role right now for this particular map, for this mode. And since I'm the only destroyer in the game, I'm going to hold and loiter around here. Excuse me. So right now, what is the plan of attack here? We're going to see if we can eliminate one of these other destroyers, or battleships right here. So we have a Tirpitz, which is a tier 8-ish. Yeah, tier 8 battleship. Really weak. We can burn him down very, very easily. Not much HP to deal with. Now look at the reload rate right here. Notice I'm not smoking up because I want to, be able to spot and to make sure I can see. And having a crawling smoke, which is one of the bread and butters of this ship, doesn't really do me any good. I'm too far back from my ships anyways. If I want to smoke up one of my battleships, I can. Ooh, and here comes the Napoli. That's another deadly thing. Let's see if we can remove the Tirpitz right off the bat first. One less ship to worry about. So we're going to slow down, pop smoke, make sure the Napoli doesn't shoot its sap secondaries at us. And there goes one battleship down. So as you can see, here's one of the powerful tools of the Vampire 2. If this is your kind of playstyle, it has crawling smoke, which if you don't know what it is, you have to basically drive at a quarter speed and the smoke moves with you, and rather than just dispersing and staying in one spot. That's the one advantage. The disadvantage of it is you're a sitting duck if you got radar around you and you can see the cloud of smoke moving. So they know where you're at all times. And really, it is a long duration smoke. However, it has a long reload cooldown. Again, use those tactics to your ability. How would you use that in your playstyle? For me, I like it because, one, you can either move and still use the smoke, and then also cover someone else behind you that can follow you. The downside, like I said, if you have a radar cruiser or somebody is really spotting you or spying on you, you can be spotted easily and they know where you're at all times. It's just a big blob of smoke moving, and that doesn't really help for concealment or being stealthy, if you will. So what are we going to do here? We're going to literally go to a crawl. We're going to go quarter speed right here, so the smoke is constantly covering. You see the bottom left there, throttle, and we go. The white numbers mean that we're inside the smoke. We're still going quarter speed. Yellow means we're going to go outside of the speed of the smoke right there, which means we can spot somebody if we're outside of the smoke. Well, we're going to go ahead and speed up and get out of dodge right here and see if we can start hitting this battleship and burning them down, because we need to get some of these ships out of the game. Notice that the airship is now going into danger zone here. It is going in the middle of their enemy ships. Now, if the enemy ships are in our airship, it will also slow it down. So look at that. At the top of the screen, ours is going 6 knots. Theirs is going 30. At this point, we're losing too many ships, and not enough people are pushing the airship as much. I would like to do it. However, I don't have enough support. If I do get shot at, I'm going to die. So what could we do better? Right now, I'm going to see if I can eliminate this Napoli, get him out of the game. It gives us a little bit of breathing room right here. Our smoke is still able to cover us from his sap secondaries. You can see their red shells firing from the Napoli are very, very deadly against destroyers. So we're going to see if we can burn him down. Our shells are really, really weak against Napoli 50mm armor. I mean, our shells can only pin the superstructure, and we're in the smoke, so we're safe. Unfortunately, our rate of reload is not fast enough to burn this guy down, and our battleship right here our Moskva, our cruiser, does not have enough DPM or fire rate to get this out of the game. The Napoli is just a tank. It's a turtle that just doesn't want to die. So let's see if we can burn him down. We got another fire going on him. Let's get out of dodge right here. And let's see, what can we do as it's tactic-wise? All you can do is nose away, because if you slim profile, it's harder for them to shoot. Oh, another cool thing about the Vampire is the 360 guns. Look at that. They rotate all the way around 360, and boom, splash 1, RP back to 40. He goes down. Let's see if we can eliminate the Salem as well. So we're going to slam on the brakes. See if we can eliminate the Salem's almost dead, but look at, he's firing at me rather than the Moscow. Again, that's the coolest thing about being a destroyer. You can be very, very deadly and distracting to take fire away from the Moscow. While he takes time to shoot him, we can shoot the Salem and take fire damage as well. And the Salem is going to see if he's still shooting at our Moscow. But you know what? We saved our Moscow there, and we got him a couple rounds saved. Instead of him burning down, we took the rounds. And let's see, are we burning the Salem still? Yep, the Salem is still burning. And we're going to go ahead and drive away. Salem is probably done right there. And we did our job. Now we're going to go ahead and move forward and shoot some preemptive torpedoes at the Otago. Hopefully this wall of ships will just go right into our torpedoes and our gun range. Hopefully our ships can handle this right now. Let's see if we can get an eliminate. Okay, watch the AP power right here. This is AP on a full broadside cruiser, or battleship or cruiser. Otago? I think it's a cruiser. Yeah, look at that. Look at the damage we're doing right there. Look at that. Full pins right there. And, oh, he's going to hit some torpedoes. And he goes down. Way to go, Wame right there. And the power of the AP for a full broadside cruiser is deadly with the Vampire 2 because the Daring does the same thing. Definitely recommend. AP is also monstrous against other destroyers, so just keep that in mind. Look, we just evened out the game right now. Both sides don't have anybody in the circles. We are neck and neck, ladies and gentlemen. We have 1 kill, 76,000 damage. Can we win this game? We potentially could. Now, if I get inside their circle, it kind of slows it down even more, but speeds ours up. So we can actually get back in the game right now. Unfortunately, we're going to have to smoke up because there's way too much secondary gunfire right here that we can't handle the Palmer and we can't handle the Yoda. So we're going to have to smoke up right here, which is something I normally don't want to do. I normally want to save it for in a moment where I need to run away, and we are losing way too many ships. There goes their one. We're going to also start shooting the Palmer out in smoke, so as long as someone's spotting for us, again, that's the downside. If we're in smoke and nobody's spotting for us, we will lose sight of the Palmer, which you're going to see in a minute here. We're going to see if we can continue putting on the fire right here. It'll be the neck-and-neck game right here, ladies and gentlemen. There's 2 minutes to our 9 minutes, but again, if we can somehow kill their ship and hold and get it moving, the airship moving again, and also someone can hold their airship where it's at, we could potentially win this right now. We're going to keep on pouring on the hate. Look at the reload rate on the Vampire, 1.8 second reload. Very, very deadly, very, very powerful. We're getting nice pins, good fires right there. There he goes, almost dead. Palmer's going down, he's going down. We're going to keep shooting. We also have torpedoes if we do need it, but we're going to come out right here, and we got the next victim, which is the Boom Splash 2 RP back to 40, and we also have the Iwami back there. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that he goes down as well. Right now, we can eliminate this. Well, notice how the game is. There's the last destroyer. The 2 destroyers that are in the game are still the one to survive, and that's exactly why you need to survive and stay in the game, because the destroyers help win the game. Notice their destroyers helping their team very, very much, but unfortunately, we just don't have enough firepower in order to stop this advance. And they're going to get their airship in. You notice the counter is down to 17 seconds. But we did our best, 128,000 damage, still pouring on the hay. But that is the Vampire. What could we have done better? Really, I mean, all we could have done is just continue pouring on the hate. We could continuously angle. We stayed alive. The Vampire doesn't have enough gun or torpedoes to stop that onslaught. I think the Daring has a little bit more. But that's my thought on it. Great concealment, great guns, great torpedoes. We're near the top of the team there. We got 2 kills. That's my thought on the Vampire. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, subscribe, bell button below. Appreciate all the support. On our way to 1,000 subscribers. Hope you guys are doing well. We'll see you guys out there soon. Cheers.